Hi, I'm Angi, and today I want to talk to you about pricing your chocolate. I do get this question infrequently about, hey, how should I price my chocolate? And that's why I want to show you how I'm pricing my chocolate on one example. In this video, I will not talk about wholesale pricing. I really just want to talk about direct sales. Directly with your customers at events, at markets, direct orders, that sort of thing. So wholesale is a completely other thing. First of all, talking about money and pricing is always a weird and sensitive topic to talk about, but if you really want to make a living from your chocolate business, or if you want to earn money on the side as a side hustle, then you really need to know your numbers, and it's a really important thing to know. But before I show you some numbers and we do some math, I want to talk really quickly about something important up front, because if you're just only a tiny little bit like me, then this is just important to hear. Stop selling yourself short. Your work has a value and you need to be paid fairly. Your time and your effort has value. And it doesn't matter if you're running a small chocolate business, if you're making bagels or jewelry, it doesn't matter. You need to be paid and your work has value. This is really important. Don't forget that. I have been on events in the past where people walked by and said that the price of my chocolate is ridiculous. And there will always be people like that. There will always be customers that complain. But that doesn't matter. There are millions of people out there that see the value in your work. What I want to say is, take yourself and your work seriously. And I'm also talking to myself here. Alright, let's talk about the more technical part of this video. So what needs to be considered when you price your chocolate? In general, this is the formula I'm using when I'm calculating my prices. And it's a cost price plus the profit and overhead, and that's the end price of my chocolate. Now let's talk first about the costs. So the costs are my labor and time, as well as material costs. And now I want to show you some tables and some numbers. Don't get scared. So I show you 5 tables, but we go through each of them, so don't worry about it. It's a lot of numbers, but we'll make it through. I explain everything, or at least I try it to do the best I can. Let's take a look at the product that we want to price. So this is the product we need a price for, and it's a 2-piece bonbon box. I'm using the weights that you see in a second for one of these bonbons here. Alright, so now let's take a look at the weight. So what I did here is I measured out each component individually. So first I measured the shell, how much they weigh, and obviously this is like, it can be 6 grams, it can be 7 grams, 5 grams. I mean, it always depends a little bit on the shape, but this is like for this one specific bonbon. Then I measured out my filling, which is about 5 grams as well, and the colored cacao butter. So basically I weighed every single step of the way. And in total we have 12 grams for a bonbon. And we're doing only grams here, no cups. We need to be a little bit more precise today. So don't ask me about ounces, I have no idea. Now I know roughly about how much of each material I need for one chocolate bonbon. And so then I calculated it up to 100 grams, and you can see like a little calculation here that for example 100 grams of colors is 70.50, and I need 2 grams of the colors for one single bonbon, which is 35 cents. And that's only the material price of one of my chocolate bonbons. That's 55 cents. But obviously I not only have the chocolate, I also have the packaging. So now let's calculate the price for a 2-piece bonbon box, what I need for that. So first I need the box, the little box, which is 66 cents. Include the shipping. Make sure you include shipping whenever you order something, because, well, that's also something you're paying. Then you need a ribbon, and for that I believe I measured out 12 centimeters or so and just calculated down what it would cost for one single piece for the box. Then you need some like forms or trays, maybe some padding, and also a label. You need to label your chocolate bonbon so people know what's in it, allergens, and so on. And then we have 84 cents. That was the easy part. Let's move forward to the hard part. At least for me, it's the hard part, which is labor, which is basically the money you earn on each piece. Let's just say labor is $20 per hour. You could also add $60 in here or 10. I mean, it just depends how much you want to earn. And I timed myself, and I roughly need 2 hours to make 30 two-piece bonbon boxes. So that's where the 2 hours come in. And with that, I'm meaning I'm coloring, I'm creating the shells, I make the filling, I put them in, and obviously the whole packaging, like from putting on the label and tying the ribbon, like all of that, 2 hours. If it takes me 2 hours and I'm paying myself $20 and I make 30 boxes, we end up with costs of $133. Now here we are, final costs. So we have the labor, we have the chocolate, and we have the packaging. And you see that I doubled the chocolate, and that's because we have a two-piece bonbon box. Let's say I sell this two-piece bonbon box for $6. Then we have a profit of $2.73. And I hope all of this made sense. So that was the material price and the costs. Now let's talk about the profit and overhead. Now we have $2.73 for profit and overhead. So what goes into that? I'm paying my kitchen from that. I might need new tools, maintenance of tools, electricity, maybe your internet. We are talking about fees or application fees for events or for farmers markets, apps, software, your website, advertising like photos, your social media. Think about your admin time. Who does your taxes? If you are a small business, I'm assuming that you are your own accountant. Also, never forget your shipping and packaging. All those cardboard boxes that you need to send out to your customers, well, they don't pay themselves. So that sort of thing goes into profit and overhead. But there's much more, like there are much more expenses. Think about parking or tolls, or like there's a lot. And I know that this might seem a little bit overwhelming, but you really have to know your numbers if you want to earn money with a small business. Part of the reality is that your prices will change in the future. So it is not like a one-time thing that you calculate your prices once and then you're done. Your prices will increase, and they also should increase over time. But also your material prices will increase over the next few years. Everything is getting more expensive. Nothing is getting cheaper, or at least I've never seen that happening. And then you will need to adjust. For example, a 50 pack of these small boxes was $3 cheaper 6 months ago. So am I eating up those $3? Maybe for a little while, but I can't keep going on doing this forever, right? My kitchen has increased prices as well, raw materials are getting more expensive, and so on. But believe me one thing, I hate increasing my prices. I absolutely hate doing it. I feel bad because maybe my customers were able to afford 3 bars. Maybe now they can only afford 2 chocolate bars. And this makes me really hesitant to raise prices, but I just can't eat up the additional costs forever. It's just not going to work. When I was preparing for this video, I realized that I really have to increase my prices. So when this video airs, I will most likely have increased them. And that is one of the hardest things for me. Obviously, I'm worried that my customers cannot afford my chocolate anymore. That they will be offended because I have to raise my prices. And this is a really scary thing to do, even if we're only talking about $1 more. So when I started working on this video, my 2-piece bonbon box was $5. So first I made all the calculation with $5. And I saw the number and was like, okay, so many things have gotten more expensive. I can't sell it for $5 anymore. I just can't. Otherwise, I will be left with no profit at all at some point. And then I decided I have to raise my prices, and that's why you see in this video that my 2-piece bonbon box is $6, and that's all because of this video. So even if no one watches this video, at least it encouraged me to stand up for myself and try to earn more money. Because if you're running a small business, you know how hard it can be, how many costs you have. starting from taxes and all of the other things that I just mentioned. So it is not easy. But if you want to make it work, you have to do it. You have to pay yourself fairly. And I don't think even now that I'm paying myself fairly, but that's where I am right now. So that got a little bit more emotional than I thought. Let's go back to the script. What I would like to hear from you now is, I would like to know if this was helpful to you. And I have never attended any business classes. So if there is something missing, or if you think that I've done something wrong, please also let me know. I mean, this is a place of sharing, and if you don't know something, it doesn't matter. You can ask stupid questions. I do that too all the time, so please share with all of us. Yeah, but I just thought I'll show you how I do it, and also the struggles that I have with this whole topic, I guess. So yeah, you know how it goes. You can leave your comments down below. You can send me your questions at Instagram at Chocolatier. Just send me a DM. And yeah, that's all. Have a good one.